Hello and welcome to the Paycom Center here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the site of a memorable Game 7 of the NBA Finals here in 2025. 103-91, your final. The Oklahoma City Thunder, for the first time in franchise history, are NBA champions. A bitter disappointment, bitter end to what was an unbelievable run for the Pacers. Not what you wanted, and there's a lot to unpack here, Eli, but your takeaways from what was man, especially with Tyrese Haliburton, just a gut punch.
That's what I was going to say first. So it started off very positive. He was 3 of 4 from the field, had 9 points right out of the gate. And then just under 5 minutes to go, he goes down on the ground, and we both kind of just like went like this.
Yep.
Like, oh no, he's down. And then at that time, the crowd's cheering. Then you see the team start to slowly go out there and huddle around him. And then that's when you're thinking, oh no, at this point, and that something else happened to that leg and with that calf injury, and it led to what we're assuming at this point in time, around midnight on Saturday, or Sunday, I should say, torn Achilles. Just brutal. Gut punch right out of the gate.
What do you say? I mean, he knew this was a risk. The team knew this was a risk. He only played 23 minutes in Game 6. He looked like himself, and man, was he ready to meet the moment.
Oh, yeah.
In this game, as were the whole Pacers team. I mean, they were counter-punch that first quarter. Whole team rallied around him, and man, you could hear a pin drop, and completely deflating for this team. But even still, they went into the halftime break up 48-47,
right.
And they were showing the fight. And then it was that third quarter, Eli, OKC really took it and ran with it.
Yeah, they did. They proved that they were inevitable at that point. They knew that the Pacers had a weakness. They made their adjustments at halftime. Next thing you know, nothing was really falling at all for the Pacers. T.J. McConnell, the only one who was sort of doing anything on the floor. He scored 12 straight at one point. But at that time, it's like Thunder pushed their lead to double digits, and there was some fight there in the fourth quarter, of course, so to make you think, like, hey, are they going to do this one more time? Not necessarily. The Thunder shut the door on the Pacers' historic season and historic run here.
It was finally an uphill battle the Pacers could not climb for once this postseason. What a run. Just some third quarter stats here. The Thunder outscored the Pacers 34-20. That's where the game shifted.
Yep.
The Thunder made only 4 threes in the first half. They made 5 in the third quarter. Pacers turned it over 9 times in the first half, 8 times in the third quarter. It was just too much to overcome. But what a season, Eli.
Yeah.
I mean, what a postseason run. You were with them through the whole, Bucks series, Cavs series, into the Knicks series. You saw it up close and personal, and then we came together towards the end, but what a ride.
Seriously, and then in the locker room afterwards, and you'll hear from them here, of just the reflection and how proud they were of this moment, but also the biggest thing, how they were trying to rally around Tyrese at the end. Here they are catching up after the game.
You're going to miss most about this particular group this year?
Just a moment, man. It was just special, just everything we've been through just to even get to this point. I mean, just everything that went into it, the journey at that, it's just we talk about the process a lot, not necessarily the end goal, but the process. So, I'm going to miss the process, processing with this group.
Miles, I'm sorry to ask this. I'm sure you got to answer already, but what was just the moment like when you saw him go down in the first place? Just what was it like to just process that?
I mean, you never want to see a player go down. So it's a huge moment. He's worked his entire life to get to this point, and he's obviously had an amazing playoff. So we were all just heartbroken.
Good. Thanks, Miles.
At this point, how does this exact moment feel for you?
Shitty. It didn't go the way we wanted it. I played terrible today. Shit felt like it was my fault, but we gotta learn from it and just get back here next year.
You ever felt like this in your life before? Anything?
Nah, not at all. It hurts, but you just gotta get to the next year.
You describe the moment of seeing Ty go down, you all rush out and are circling him, and what's going through your head at that time?
Yeah, I felt like that was my fault too. Passed the ball to him, and as soon as he went down, that shit hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about it the whole game. And, he's a great player. Sad to see anybody go down, but a guy like Ty, seeing him go down the way he did, he went out there and gave it his all until the end. So.
What does that say about him? Because he knew the risk
going
out there.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be there for y'all. He wanted to make a difference.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to be there, and we felt that he was a soldier, and he went until he couldn't. And that's all we can ask from any guy on this team. And any guy would tell you, anybody on this team is going to go until they can't no more. So we love Ty, and we hope for a speedy recovery.
Super long journey for you guys from training camp to now in the long run.
teams change from year to year. This will be the last time you guys are in here as a group. I guess it's way too soon to describe that, but it's been a hell of a journey, hasn't it?
Yeah. We'll be back though. We're gonna definitely be back sooner than later. Yeah, this shit sucks. I ain't gonna lie.
You guys were around.
Knew what?
That he was hurt.
Yeah.
Pretty seriously.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what were
yeah.
your emotions, the team's emotions for you guys?
Like I said, when a player like that goes down, like, you don't want to see nobody get hurt. But I don't know. We need a Ty out there, and he's been good for us all year. And for him to go down, beginning a game like that, that shit, it's like it sucked the soul out of us. I ain't gonna say out of everybody, but I don't want to feel like I played good because I was thinking about it the whole day, and I felt like it was my fault. So, yeah.
Because of that, do you feel like this is a what if the rest of your life?
Nah, it's not no what if. We gotta learn from it. It's our first time here in a long time. We gotta learn from it and just come into next year knowing we're gonna be back here. So.
I can sense your emotions and those lost. I know it's difficult. Is it because you were just so close, Game 7, had the opportunity to do something that a player dreamed of to win an NBA title?
I mean, yeah, Game 7, obviously you want to win, but one team got to go home. And, yeah, we just didn't play our best basketball today. Well, I didn't play my best. I ain't going to say everybody, but I didn't play my best basketball. And felt like I wish I could have helped the team a little bit today, but things happen.
But knowing you, this will be fuel. This will be fuel.
Yeah, for sure. Going to this summer working extremely hard so we can get better for next year.
Kobe, the way you guys were able to inspire this fan base in this city and the support that they gave you guys, what did that mean to you during this run?
It meant a lot. Indiana deserved this. They were amazing for us all year. And, yeah, we're sorry we couldn't bring back.
What are you going to miss the most about this group, Obi?
Huh?
What are you going to miss the most about this particular group here?
The guys, the coaches. Everybody was amazing all year, and everybody did their part to allow us to have the success we had this year. And, yeah, we just got to come together, come back next year and do the same thing, but end with a win.
Thanks, guys.
It was the same, but I wanted this one bad for our guys. We work hard every day, they compete every day, and they play the game the right way.
James, you're such a big brother for Ty. Have you had a tougher moment as a teammate than helping him get off the court?
Nah, that was heartbreaking for me, and just because, like I was saying, I know how hard he works, I know how bad he wanted it, and I know the hours he puts in and day out, and that was a real reason why,
Was there anything for you to say as you're helping?
Nah, I didn't know what was going on or what had happened other than I thought it was still his calf. And I still don't know what it is, but I couldn't stand there no more longer than what I did. I had to get back out to the rest of the troops that was competing out there.
After this difficult loss?
Yeah, it sucks. Proud of how the guys fought. Just a terrible feeling of losing the Game 7, but ultimately proud of the run that we were able to do, and just come back next year with a fire lit up under us and compete like we did this year and just hope for a better outcome.
I know as you guys you go through Tyrese, and to see him in that first quarter, take me through your emotions of seeing your star player go down the way he did on that floor.
Yeah, I was on the floor when it happened on the right wing. He was on the left, and I knew immediately something had happened. He started screaming, and it's just terrible when someone like that goes down, and we know he's going to come back better than ever, and just praying for him, and hopefully he has a good summer, and yeah.
Was that you guys' mindset going into the second half? Let's do this for Tyrese here?
Definitely. We were inspired, just try to do it for him, but came up short. It happens, but yeah, it sucks right now.
How proud of you of the group of guys around you from the run you guys made?
Super
finals, first time in 25 years. Give me your thoughts on that.
Super proud. I don't think an Indiana team has gone Game 7 in the finals, so just proud of what we were able to accomplish, but yeah, came up short.
I don't know if you answered this already, but did Tyrese speak at halftime at all to the guys?
He said a few words just to encourage us and keep going, but That was about it.
What were your emotions at when you guys were huddled up, hugging around him? You knew.
Yeah, it was tough. I was on the court at the time and heard him scream, and I started running back, but I knew it was bad right when it happened. But grand for him. Know he's going to come back better than ever. So.
Was it hard to play, or was it inspiring to play, or a little both?
I'd say a little bit of both. It sucks when a guy like that goes down, but you just got to keep playing. So, yeah.
A lot of emotions. Show yourself and your teammates here. Just give me your thoughts and just your thoughts on just how tough of a loss this was here, and just knowing that the season is over here.
It's very tough. We showed strong resiliency throughout the whole time. I believe we showed that before the playoffs and throughout the playoffs, throughout every round. And, just to lose in a Game 7, on the road when we feel like we have the best chance, the best advantage. We believe in each other, one through all of us. So it's tough to have this loss on their floor.
I know Tyrese, as he goes, you guys go. How difficult was it to watch your star player go down the way he did in this game here in the first quarter?
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, man. You never want to see that with any of our players, especially with Ty. He's the heart and soul of our team, man. He's our point guard. He's our point guard, And, we all gathered around each other when he went down and said we try to do this for him, man. And, it just sucks that we couldn't get that accomplished.
How proud of you this team? How proud are you? How proud are you?
I'm so proud. I'm very proud, man. There's no words I can say how proud I am of this team. Through the resiliency of the up and down seasons, of coming back from, being doubted and being able to get to the finals, man. That's amazing. That's an amazing accomplishment. It just sucks that we couldn't get the job done.
Heartbreaking to hear from the Pacers after such a stellar run through the postseason, coming to a disappointing end. Tony East of Locked On Pacers joins Eli and myself. Tony, you followed this team all year from 10-15 to an unbelievable run through the postseason. Before we get into the minutia of the game, just your thoughts after it finally has come to an end.
Yeah, after how bad they started, I think most would have been shocked to even be here at all, but that doesn't make it hurt any worse for those guys in the locker room, right? You put a one-game carrot in front of everybody and say, you win this, you're champions. They're going to start thinking about what it could feel like if they win that game and all those emotions that come with it. And then when you lose it, it makes it hurt that much more. You could see it on everybody's face. You could see it in their behavior. You could feel it. And especially the way it happened with their star player going down like that, it's just about as devastating as it could possibly be, and really masks and makes it hard to see what happened this run. Like, I hope at some point they'll have that moment, but tonight nobody had that moment. They were all very crushed.
Yeah, let's go back to 4:55 left there. A little over 5 minutes, I should say, left in that first quarter. Haliburton, same spot as Game 5 where he hurt his right calf, goes down, remains down, hits the floor. Your initial thought?
We think we all know what it is without knowing what it is. The way he couldn't get up, the way he slammed the floor, the way they showed it a million times, the way his parents told Lisa Salters that it's probably an Achilles injury, which is as devastating as it gets for athletes. The year of the Achilles for the Pacers. It bookends their season, first and last game, right? As tough as I possibly could get for them on this stage. You got to give credit to the rest of the team for actually staying stable emotionally after that. We saw what happened to the Bucks when the Pacers played them the night Dame got hurt. They were winning at halftime, but we just heard from Obi Toppin on how he was thinking about the whole game, right? It's so hard to bury that emotion when you see that happen to your teammate. And for Haliburton, a guy who told us he knew the risks of fighting through this exact injury, I think if you're this close to a championship, you have to fight through an injury, but it's going to be costly for him and the team, and that's why it hurts so much both to lose this game and to have that happen.
To happen in the game with the biggest stakes of your career, it's just bad.
History.
Yeah, it's just bad feelings all the way around. There's just no way around it. Tyrese Haliburton, our heart goes out to the young man, but you mentioned it, Tony. The team went into the halftime break with a lead, and then that third quarter, we saw OKC start to pull away, and finally it was just too much for the Pacers to overcome.
Yeah, they just once they got rolling and hit a hard punch, the Pacers could just never get their grip back. They tied it, I think, at 56, but TJ McConnell is the only player who scored for the next 13 minutes of game action for the Pacers. A remarkably cold stretch. The Thunder defense was suffocating again, and it sounds like I'm giving McConnell praise by saying that, but he would admit more than anyone that he had way too many turnovers in that stretch. The Pacers gave up way too many rebounds in that stretch. It just got out of hand so fast. The Thunder style was suffocating for just those 12, 15 minutes of the game. The rest of it was about an even draw, which is a little dangling with fate praise in a game like this because those stretches went so poorly for the Pacers, but it went so bad the Thunder broke it open. Even if they got it close with a couple minutes left, I think it was 10 or 11 at one point in the fourth quarter, which we've all seen is, maybe I don't think anyone thought they had it tonight, given the momentum of the building, the inertia, how it all felt.
I was going to say, we were back in the tunnel kind of waiting for the game to end, and then it took it to about 11-point deficit there with about 4.5 to go. And we were just sitting there thinking, like, is this going to happen
way.
again?
One more time.
Like, holy cow, one more time. But no, overall, I mean, like you mentioned at the very beginning, what a great run this was. And now here we go heading into an off season. I know this is something the team's going to think about for a while. You don't get into off-season stuff right away. We know the draft is like this week or something like that. So the organization itself as a whole, but the players, though, what do you think is going to be the lasting memory that they left with? Not only let's say you, but like the fans in Indiana. They gave them a hell of a show.
I hope it's the magic of what this was. I mean, this is only their second finals appearance in their NBA history, and to have one of the most improbable runs we've ever seen. Like, this would have been documentary-esque had they actually won this game today because of just the absolute craziness of all these games in every round, the crescendoing importance, a buzzer beater by the same player every time, and they just came together at the perfect time in a way that you just so rarely see in sports. And I hope that they can all think of it that way, because it's going to be hard to when you don't actually win the whole thing to have that kind of thought hit you, because what we just saw is like not something that, it's not like it doesn't happen in sports. Like, it's never happened in the NBA, right? It would have been one of the few times ever that a team of their record or their seeding or whatever has made it this far or won this much. And so the fact that they even had a chance is remarkable. I hope that they can appreciate that, especially when they were 9-14 and floundering around to start the season. No one knew what was going on. They've been one of the best teams in the league since. We'll see what next year looks like given the situation that happened today, but certainly one of the most magical 4 or 5 months I've seen from this team ever.
Pacers captivated a city, a state, and maybe even a nation with this run. It was one awesome, awesome ride. Tony, thank you so much for joining us all the way through.
Appreciate you, brother.
You've been awesome. His insight is unmatched. Give him a follow. Watch Locked On Pacers. You will not regret it. It's awesome. So, Pacers season comes up short here in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. What a ride 2025 was, and hopefully they'll be back sometime soon. For Eli Gain, Tony East, I'm Dominic Miranda. Thanks so much for keeping up with us here on WTHR Plus. Keep up with us on 13.